So welcome to 12 tips to improve your dermaplaning technique with advanced aesthetic training. We're really happy to have you guys here today. In today's workshop, we're going to discuss 12 tips and techniques to refine and improve your dermaplaning treatments. The techniques that you're going to learn today can be implemented immediately for instant results. If you're in this class today, it's evident that you want to provide the best possible treatments for your clients, and that is absolutely awesome. I encourage you to practice the tips and techniques we're going to speak about today to see the difference it can make in your treatments. Even one minor adjustment can have a significant impact on your entire treatment. Success depends largely on your willingness to grow and develop new skills, and make sure to stick around for the end because we have an incredible offer for you that could impact your business. So please turn on your camera and turn off your microphone. Feel free to type any questions in the chat box and raise your hand if you have a question. I'm not going to call on you unless you raise your hand. My name is Carlye Walters, and I have 23 years of industry experience. I've been dermaplaning for over 20 years now and teaching dermaplaning for 12 years all across the country. I'm the founder and director of education at Advanced Aesthetic Training, where we have numerous dermaplaning classes to accommodate each and every skill level. We also sell dermaplaning supplies. So my goal for today's workshop is to teach you techniques to extract more value out of each treatment. I'm going to give you some actionable skills to take with you so that you can increase your client retention and revenue, as well as help gain a competitive edge. So who here currently offers dermaplaning? Can I see a show of hands? Right. So we have about half and half. Awesome. You're going to have to bear with me with Zoom. I'm pretty new to Zoom. And I don't operate it very well. So let's get started with tip number 1. Apply appropriate pressure. So areas on the skin with less subcutaneous tissue, such as the nose, will require less pressure, while areas with heavy subcutaneous tissue, such as the cheeks, will require more pressure. Pressure is applied in 2 ways: pressure while bracing the hand and blade pressure on the client's skin. Your bracing pressure should be firm but light on the skin. You should be using just enough downward pressure to keep your fingers from sliding while the skin is being held taut. If you're using too much downward pressure, the skin won't lay flat. You'll notice a slight bulging around the fingers that you're using to brace with. And the rule of thumb with blade pressure is to always use the lightest amount of pressure possible that yields the best possible results. What works and what's comfortable can vary by client. You should notice vellus hair and skin cells easily coming off the face with no blanching under the blade. So that's your tell. A little bit of redness and irritation can be normal depending on skin sensitivity and skin type. I found that a medium to light pressure works best for maintaining a consistent blade contact with the skin. If you're using too much pressure with the blade, it won't stay in contact with the skin, and you won't provide good treatment results. It can also be uncomfortable for your client. Too much pressure can cause irritation, inflammation, and discomfort for the client. More blade pressure absolutely does not mean better results. It can lead to pigmentation issues, redness, swelling, breakouts, and a rough texture to the skin. So ask your client for feedback during treatment. Tell her that she should feel a scraping sensation, but no discomfort, and adjust your treatment to her comfort level. Does that resonate with you guys?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay,
yes.
Perfect. Let's move on to tip number 2. Use proper tension. So always hold the skin taut and work between the fingers. For example, if you're holding the skin between 2 fingers vertically, make sure that you're dermaplaning vertically. If you're holding the skin taut between your two fingers horizontally, then work horizontally. Do not hold the skin vertically, then dermaplane horizontally. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Improper tension can lead to nicks and skitter marks across the client's skin. So work within a 1/2 to a 1.5 inch space between your thumb and your index finger. Draw your fingers apart, pressing down just enough to keep your fingers from sliding. The skin should look taut and flat. Applying too much pressure downward can cause a bulge around the fingers, which we don't want. Flat surfaces are much easier and safer to dermaplane than a curved surface. You'll know that you have enough tension because the skin won't move with the blade. The blade should glide over the skin easily, removing vellus hair and dead skin cells. Tip number 3, and this is a big one, dull dermaplaning blades. If you feel that your blade is dull, check your technique. If you're not holding your instrument at the correct angle, you won't be able to remove the hair and skin cells effectively. Now, this can lead you to believe that you are working with a dull blade. So make sure that you're holding the blade at the correct 45-degree angle. One of the most common issues I see when estheticians think that they're working with a dull blade is not actually the blade at all. It's the angle that the blade is being held. So 45 degrees is the correct angle to use during your dermaplaning treatment. Anything slightly off and you're not going to achieve the desired results. Another issue can be tension, so make sure you're holding the skin taut. Now, if you're using a blade that is poor quality, the chances are that it will dull really fast and multiple blades may have to be used for each treatment. A good quality blade, such as the blades sold at Advanced Aesthetic Training, should last throughout the entire dermaplaning treatment without becoming dull or preventing the vellus hair from being removed. One blade should be needed per treatment, only one blade per treatment. Anybody experienced this? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I guess it was me.
No, you're not the only one. Yeah, I think everybody here has experienced that at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Tip number 4, excessive vellus hair. The more vellus hair your client has on their skin, the tighter you should hold the skin while working. It also helps to work in smaller sections. This will help you to get under the hair as well as make your clients more comfortable. These particular individuals can experience some discomfort during the treatment. Right, tip number 5, and I know we're going to have questions about tip number 5. Working against the hair growth on the first pass can cause irritation to the hair follicle on some clients. This can be an issue, potentially causing an irritation or a breakout. The first pass should always be with the hair growth to avoid this issue. Okay? This is especially true for your acne-prone clients. Tip number 6, avoid inflammation. So more passes over the skin is not necessarily better. When you're doing multiple passes over that troubled area that you just can't seem to remove all of that hair, you can cause an abrasion to the skin that may not be visible immediately after treatment, but can appear 2 to 3 days post-treatment. This can lead to a wide array of potential difficulties, including, but certainly not limited to, pigmentation irregularities that may not be reversible. So 2 to 3 passes, depending on skin type and sensitivity level, is sufficient. Keep in mind that as you're working along the skin, you're always overlapping each pass slightly for an even exfoliation. Your first pass will remove the hair as well as some skin cells, and your second pass will remove the dead skin. We all have that client come in that we could do like 10 passes over and still get dead skin cells off. Although this can be really tempting, it's important to refrain, have them come back in about 4 weeks and repeat the treatment. It's always important to weigh risks versus liability. So what was your biggest takeaway so far? Let's get a few shares. Raise your hand if you'd like to share. Okay. Any questions so far?
No.
No? All right. Let's go ahead and move on to tip number 6. Oh, I'm sorry, 7. Use appropriate speed while dermaplaning. Dermaplaning faster is not better. It's important that your client feels that they're getting the most out of their treatment time with you. Dermaplaning too quickly can agitate your client and inhibit her ability to relax. Client experience is one of the main reasons they rebook. Now, I understand that we have a limited amount of time allotted for each treatment, but there are many ways to use time more efficiently. Dermaplaning quickly should not be one of them. When you dermaplane too fast, it creates a friction on the skin, which consequently results in heat and inflammation, which can cause an abrasion reaction or other post-treatment issue. And a lot of times these particular types of abrasions don't appear immediately after treatment. They appear about 3 days after treatment. Dermaplaning too slowly can be annoying for your client and will lead them to question your ability and skill set. So slow is not necessarily better either. When you start a procedure, start slowly and gradually increase the speed until you find a medium-paced, steady rhythm. Tip number 8, monitor your blade angle. Monitor your blade angle as you work along the curvatures of the face. The most effective, and correct blade angle is your 45-degree angle, and you're going to get the best results when you hold the blade at a 45-degree angle. You'll need to adjust this angle as you're working to accommodate the varying contours of the face. And this, I think, is the biggest learning curve with dermaplaning for new estheticians who are just starting to practice dermaplaning. I also see it in some of my seasoned practitioners as well who have developed bad habits. So I see quite a few estheticians holding the blade at a 90-degree angle, and this results in very little exfoliation and can result in a potential injury. Very little hair and skin will be removed when you hold the blade at this angle, and you're really just kind of scratching the skin. But just for fun, try dermaplaning on your leg at 90-degree angle and then compare it to 45-degree angle to see the difference it can make in exfoliation. This is a fun little exercise, one of the exercises we do during the dermaplaning mastery class. So the most effective angle for dermaplaning is your 45-degree angle, and you're going to get the best results by using this angle. There are many curvatures on the face, and it's really important to remember to constantly adjust that angle as you work along these curvatures. A 45-degree angle is also the safest angle to use while dermaplaning. It can feel more natural to hold the blade parallel to the skin or even straight up and down at a 90-degree angle, but these angles can result in a potential nick or an abrasion. So keep in mind, surgeons hold the blade straight up and down to cut into the skin, and fishermen hold their blades almost parallel to fillet a fish. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yes.
Okay, good. If you need more in-depth training, we do have classes available. Tip number 9, balance your compression and your tension. So keep your compression, how much downward pressure you're putting on the skin while bracing, and your tension, keeping the skin taut between your thumb and index finger in balance. The skin should lay flat between the fingers. If too much pressure is applied downward, the skin will bulge around the fingers. So remember that flat surfaces are easier to dermaplane than curved surfaces. Tip number 10, hold your blade handle properly. The dermaplaning blade handle should be held above as shown in this picture on the slide. This is known as the palmar grip, and it is the correct way to hold your blade handle to execute a proper dermaplaning treatment. Holding the blade this way makes a big difference in treatment outcome and in safety. Holding your blade handle properly is really important because it ensures that you have complete control over your treatment and you're able to see where you're going. It allows you to use pressure on the correct part of the blade, resulting in an even exfoliation. It's also ergonomically correct and more comfortable. Never hold your dermaplaning handle from underneath or like a pencil. This is incorrect and will result in the inability to keep the blade at a 45-degree angle and have full control over your blade. Holding your dermaplaning handle from underneath kind of forces pressure towards the tip of the blade, which can result in nicking or scratching the skin. It can also result in an uneven exfoliation. Has anyone here experienced that? No, that's good. Perfect. All right, tip number 11, combining physical exfoliation treatments. Do not combine a physical exfoliation treatment with another physical exfoliation treatment. Not only is this pointless, but it can be really harmful to your client's skin. Physical exfoliation treatments work by bumping off epithelial tissue, the dead skin cells, and it's only possible to go so deep because there's only one layer of dead skin cells. Once you've removed these cells, they're gone. So by using another physical exfoliation modality over freshly dermaplaned skin, such as microdermabrasion or a scrub, you can cause a lot of damage to the skin as well as irritation. Now, the exception to this rule would be to cut your passes in half. For example, one pass with dermaplaning and one pass with your microdermabrasion machine. This will give you the benefits of both treatments without compromising the skin. Tip number 12, combining physical and chemical exfoliation treatments together. So when you're combining physical and chemical exfoliation treatments together, the mechanical or physical modality is done first, allowing the chemical exfoliation solution, such as the peel, to penetrate deeper and work more effectively. The use of a chemical exfoliation solution before dermaplaning can cause a great deal of damage to the skin, and proper training on the subject is highly recommended. Dermaplaning prior to a chemical peel is a fantastic way to prep the skin for a deeper and more even peel. If the client's new to your skincare practice, it's always best to proceed with caution. Get to know her skin and how she reacts to each treatment separately before you combine them, even if she tells you that she's had this treatment before, because they do that.
Yes, they do.
And by proceeding this way, it will allow you to test your sensitivity to dermaplaning as well as chemical peels. A dermaplaning treatment is a great first treatment. This treatment alone keeps clients coming back monthly. Send her home with a glycolic-based skincare product to prep the skin and schedule her chemical peel appointment for about 4 weeks later. This will give you ample time to see how she reacts to a low-potency glycolic before proceeding with the peel. We talk about this more in our chemical exfoliation class. So once you've established a baseline for each treatment, the dermaplaning treatment and the chemical peel treatment separately, they may be combined. You'll find that following dermaplaning, the chemical peel solution will penetrate the skin faster and deeper. I always recommend starting with a lactic acid peel because the molecules in a lactic acid peel are bigger. They're much bigger than a glycolic acid, so they're going to penetrate much slower into the skin. Because the client's sensitivity to the peeling solution is increased, it will require much less time on the skin. Be prepared to neutralize sooner. And due to increased penetration, the client may experience more peeling than with prior chemical peels of the same strength applied by itself. Be sure to use your 1 to 10 discomfort scale and watch for any frosting. Always follow up with clients after each treatment to check for any issues, unexpected reactions, and amount of peeling and redness, and overall treatment satisfaction. Answer any questions that she may have and assure her that you are available if she needs anything at all. Now, your more sensitive clients will benefit by alternating chemical peels and dermaplaning every other month rather than combining them. Alternating chemical peels with dermaplaning treatments that include enzyme peels will allow your clients to have a more enjoyable experience and receive the cumulative benefits of both anti-aging procedures. So who here uses chemical peels with dermaplaning?
I do.
I do.
Any favorite product in particular?
I like the BioElements lactic peel.
Okay. Years and years and years ago, actually, I used to work for BioElements as one of their educators.
Oh,
I
how
love their
funny. I was
products.
too. I was an educator before I had a baby. So,
Oh, really? Oh, isn't
Mhm.
that funny?
Do you know Jeff Lacido?
No, I don't. It was so long ago, like I don't remember anybody there.
Gotcha.
I can remember some faces, but I'm really bad with names.
I've started using the Bio Repeal too, but I haven't combined the two treatments yet.
Okay, it's going to be a good treatment. Just keep an eye on your clients. Like I said, they're always trying to get you to do more and more and more.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and check the chat box here. See what's up. Anybody has any questions? All right. So does anybody want to share a takeaway from these tips?
Well, I just had a question in regards to chemical peels. I normally don't do chemical peels just because I'm hesitant. Like, I'm very careful and cautious when I do chemical peels with dermaplaning. So you would recommend, it's fine to do chemical peels, combining it together same day
It
appointment.
is. Yes, it is. Just make sure that you're really comfortable with the client's skin and you know her sensitivity level. But it
Yeah.
makes a really nice treatment because you remove that top layer, which is kind of acting like a buffer. So the peel can penetrate a little faster and deeper into the skin.
So first, I should just do the peel first, then dermaplaning last, or the other way around?
Other way around. So
Okay.
your physical exfoliation, your dermaplaning is going to bump off those dead skin cells. And then you can put your chemical peel over top and it's going to penetrate because that buffer, that barrier is gone. It's going to penetrate a lot faster and deeper into the skin. If you think of the dead skin cells on the face like a sponge,
Mm-hmm.
when you put something on top of that sponge, it kind of absorbs into the sponge and doesn't go through the sponge. But after you've removed that layer of dead skin cells, or, in our metaphor, we're using a sponge and they're gone, it's going to penetrate like that.
Okay, so any recommendations on such as which one I should start off with? Something like mild, not too harsh for the skin? Is there any brands you would recommend?
I don't have any product recommendations for you because we don't support specific product lines.
Okay.
We focus primarily on skill-based education. But I
Okay.
would recommend starting with the lactic acid peel because the molecules are large in a lactic acid peel.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. I always dermaplane first. I'm just looking at a message here in the chat box about the Glow 2 facial. Yeah, I always dermaplane first. Does anybody else have a question? Okay. So what we've covered so far is just scratching the surface of what's in the classes. It's literally one page out of the Advanced Dermaplaning Techniques manual. So today we've discussed 12 tips that will help you extract more value out of each treatment so that you can provide optimum client results. I've given you some actionable techniques that will help you to improve your treatment outcomes and give you a competitive edge. We did not cover the foundational understanding of dermaplaning treatments needed to achieve mastery over the practical skills required to perform the service, or how to achieve amazing client results for ultimate satisfaction. We also didn't discuss how to expand your repertoire with new, innovative, or advanced dermaplaning procedures and protocols, or how to leverage your dermaplaning treatments to make more money, which is also ultimately what you need to grow your business. Give me 1 second, I have some stuff coming up in the chat box. I do feel that dermaplaning works well with microchanneling, yes. Yes, and my first order of operation is always dermaplaning before I proceed with
Yes.
the second procedure. Do you guys mind if I show you how you can make your skincare practice more profitable by leveraging your dermaplaning treatments? Type in
Sure.
the chat box if you'd like me to discuss that. Thumbs up.
Yeah.
All right, we've got a few thumbs up, so let's do that. And then we'll move on to our Q&A session. So let me introduce you to the Advanced Dermaplaning Techniques online class. This is the first and only class available for experienced dermaplaning practitioners. You'll gain the knowledge and practical skills you need to elevate beyond your peers and skyrocket your professional value. Practitioners will learn how to maximize their stream of revenue by offering add-on services, specialty treatments, advanced protocols, and new techniques. So on average, you're probably charging about $100, say, per dermaplaning treatment. You should be able to charge about $150 with add-on treatments. That means you'll get an additional $50 profit per client visit. If you sell just one per day or 30 per month, you're going to net an additional $1,500 per month. And across 12 months, this will be an additional $18,000. This is why the Advanced Dermaplaning Techniques class is so important. So ask yourself, what would an additional $18,000 in profit mean to you? What would you do with it? Want to type in the chat box? I know what I'd do with it. Okay. So inside the course, you'll learn new ways to incorporate dermaplaning into your practice. You're going to learn how to perform specialty and add-on treatments to book more services. We'll design advanced protocols for every skin type so you can increase your service value. You're going to be able to master difficult areas and boost your confidence as well. We'll refine your technique to achieve optimal results. You're going to increase your revenue and put more money in your pocket immediately. And we'll review the basic dermaplaning procedure as well to eliminate any confusion. You'll also learn some actionable marketing techniques to help grow your business. So within hours, you can be selling upgraded services to your current clients and become more profitable. This is a one-time investment to profit every day, and there's no need to invest in expensive new equipment. You can profit from your existing clientele and increase referrals. Some more course features we think you're going to love are our user-friendly course format. You're going to receive lifetime access. You'll get a certificate of completion. You're going to get instant access to all of the material. You'll also get instant access to our Facebook community. You'll receive ongoing support, and all of our classes come with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Your success is our success. So all of this is inside the Advanced Dermaplaning Techniques class and more, and it's valued at $400. This is already an exceptional deal, and you get a huge return on investment, but I like to over-deliver, so I have something else. Bonus number 1 is your Advanced Dermaplaning Techniques manual. This is going to provide you with easy-to-access information right at your fingertips when you need it, and it's valued at $150. I also wanted to provide you with something important that you may need for your business. Bonus number 2 is your client intake form and your dermaplaning consent form. These forms help to establish trust in the practitioner while respecting the autonomy of the client. They're legal documents that prevent any misunderstandings, lapses in communications, and address any liability issues before they happen. These are valued at $75. So the Advanced Dermaplaning Techniques class is valued at $625 with the bonuses, and you will get your coursework, your manual, your client intake form, as well as your dermaplaning consent form. But there's more. Bonus number 3 is your promotional flyer. This will help you catch customer attention. It's an advertising piece describing all of the amazing benefits that dermaplaning treatments provide for your clients. And bonus number 4 is your post-care handout. So I don't see a whole lot of estheticians doing this, but they should be. Aftercare handouts are really an important part of ensuring client satisfaction and maintaining a positive professional relationship. And these are both valued at $50. So with bonus 3 and bonus 4, you get an additional $100 value. And this is a one-time investment for a lifetime of profit. Oh, and I wanted to give you my favorite thing as well. Bonus number 5 is your ebook, Reasons Your Client Breaks Out After Dermaplaning and What to Do About It. And it's valued at $125. So you're getting with the Advanced Dermaplaning Techniques class, your coursework, which is valued at $400. The Advanced Dermaplaning Techniques manual, which is valued at $150. Your client intake form and your consent form, which is valued at $75, a promotional flyer, which is valued at $50, your post-care handout, also valued at $50, and your ebook, Reasons Your Client Breaks Out After Dermaplaning and What to Do About It. That's valued at $125, so the total value here is actually over $800. So how much is this investment in your career worth? $600? $400? You get everything here, valued at over $800 for just $197. But to make things easier for you, I have one final bonus. I have a special coupon code for an additional $50 off the sale price of $197. When you use coupon code ADVANCED, your total price will be $147. But there is a catch. It's only available for the next 3 days. So let's go ahead and get started with that. I'm going to post a link in the chat box. Oh dear, having some technical difficulties here. All right, so I posted the web page. You go ahead and put that into your browser. Click on the Advanced Dermaplaning Techniques online class. Then scroll down to the Advanced Dermaplaning Techniques. I'm sorry, unlock the Advanced Dermaplaning Techniques class. Complete your registration, and you'll receive instant access to your class as well as all of the bonuses. And I'll give you a couple of minutes to click the link in the chat box before we move on to the rest of the Q&A section. So the worst case scenario, when you enroll in my programs, you're going to refine your treatments, expand your knowledge, as well as optimize treatment efficacy for amazing client satisfaction and instant results. You'll also add new services to your portfolio. Best case scenario, when you enroll in my programs, you're going to skyrocket your professional value and elevate your dermaplaning treatments far beyond your competition. You'll learn some innovative new services to leverage your treatments and make even more money dermaplaning. So imagine exceeding your sales goals this year without the hassle and cost of new client acquisition or the hefty price tag that comes with new equipment. All right. Does anybody have any questions? That's a great question. Will there be videos on the Advanced Dermaplaning Techniques class? Yes. Yes, there's an hour, you get an hour-long video with the coursework. Also a great question about blade products. Our blades, we use Swan Morton blades. Dermaplaning Pro also has great blades. Our blades are also wonderful. There's not really a whole lot of difference between the two.
I do have a question. I have ordered the Swan Morton before on Amazon and I did
Ah.
get some dull ones. And then someone else, I saw on Facebook that someone had said something about they were counterfeit or something.
Yes, there are counterfeit Swan Morton blades going around,
Okay.
and those ones will dull really quickly, and you're paying the
Yes,
same
that's why I was
price.
using
Yes.
two below to a treatment.
Yeah, actually, they just recently changed their distribution guidelines.
Okay,
So they really shouldn't be on Amazon.
good to know.
I'm not sure why they are, or if they're all counterfeit. I have bought some and can tell you the difference in the size is slightly off, just slightly off,
Okay.
than the Swan Morton blades that come direct from overseas, which
Okay.
that's what you get with advanced aesthetic training products. We don't sell counterfeit blades or blades that are going to dull.
Okay, great.
Anybody else? Okay. Well, if nobody has any more questions, then we'll say goodbye. If you think of
Thank you
anything
so
that you'd
much.
like to discuss, don't hesitate to send me a message. I'm more than happy to answer any questions that you may have and help you in your professional growth. No problem. Anytime. Take
Right.
care, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Carol.